Matt for Robot Pool Party. Yes, I get to talk this time. I was given permission. It was great. He suggested it. It was like I didn't even like the beg.
I'll allow it, but so far you're kind of messing it up. So.
I am, because this is Joe. And behind the camera, of course, is Patrick. And I guess our substitute Reiner over there is Oren. We'll see if he contributes anything. He kind of smirks.
He's, like the purpose of a Reiner on set is to offer passive moral support. He's like a passive buff to our endurance if we were to get really JRPG nerdy on it. Right now, Oren is providing that. So
a little more passive aggressive.
He's passive aggressive. So it's like Reiner gives +3 endurance, Oren does +1 endurance, +2 strength because it's passive aggressive.
There we go. That's a great way to tie that back in.
That's it. That's
awesome.
Okay, well, so as always, we're here with your regular nerdy news for the week, and we have a lot to go through this week. So let's get on started.
Yeah. All right. So they announced. I don't know the words for this, but it says the cast of the role, or the people that will be appearing in the Teen Titans TV show that will be coming out on TNT. Not the actual actors, just the
characters that will be appearing in it.
So what word am I looking for? Roles?
Characters? The roster.
The roster, I guess. The starting lineup.
Yes.
For the Teen Titans is, of course, going to be Robin, who, of course, is going to be the star of the show.
All right.
It's going to be Oracle. She's going to be in a wheelchair, but she's not going to be called Oracle. So it's going to be Barbara Gordon, which I think is kind of cool because I like Oracle a lot. So
I like Oracle. I'd like her to be called Oracle, but
we'll see where they go with that.
Before we go too far, is this going to be connected in any way to like Arrow?
They have not
Flash?
said. I don't think it's going to be really. I think it's going to be its own little genre.
Okay.
Raven's going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
They said for sure Starfire shows up at the end of the pilot.
Okay.
There's no word on whether Beast Boy is going to show up.
Beast Boy, I imagine, might be difficult.
Just for his power set. Because I'm thinking the same thing about Starfire, because obviously Raven's not going to be floating as much, and she won't be floating as much, Starfire. Mm-hmm. But she's got kind of a very visual power. But I guess what they can do with what they're doing with Firestorm and Flash.
Yeah, I mean, with CGI, I mean, that has opened up a lot of doors. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it won't be bad. I'm going to say on record it's not going to be anywhere near as good as the old cartoon.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you're talking gold.
Yeah.
I mean, they said, of course, Cyborg should be unlikely to show up because he'll be in the movie and in his own movie.
Yeah, so we got to get some Cyborg publicity.
Yeah, so, I don't think they're going to be like, no, we're not going to let TNT ruin Cyborg for us.
All right.
TNT gave us Burn Notice, or is that USA? I always get those channels mixed up.
Is USA does it still exist?
Yeah, that's where wrestling is aired on.
Really?
Wrestling, yep.
Yeah, it's mostly just Monday Night Raw and a bunch of reruns of old movies from the 80s.
So it's exactly how it used to be back in the day.
So it hasn't changed a bit.
That was a channel.
But now it's in HD.
Okay, well that's the difference.
With letterboxes for those 80s.
That was the channel at like 2 in the morning, like when you're like 12, 13. You can like have Gilbert Godfrey walk you through trauma films, be like, "Hi, we're gonna watch Toxic Avenger." It's like, oh, that was my messed up childhood.
So the TV show Gotham has announced that the Joker's origin will begin before season 2. So I'm guessing either season finale stuff, or we'll see some first appearances of Joker. And like my first response was like, probably because they saw last week's episode, which was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Should I go into spoilers? Because it'll be like 2 episodes back by the time this airs.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're watching Gotham, your opinion doesn't matter to me. So, like, if you're tuning in for that every week, and if you're really invested, I don't really care if it's spoiled.
No, well, anyway, the villain is Scarecrow's dad. And he's also a psychiatrist who also experiences... And Scarecrow's an emo-looking kid with, like, his hair and it's... Like, I got really mad. I was, like, on Twitter. I was like, it's Jango Fett all over again. This is ridiculous. It is a TV superhero show doing TV superhero show stuff. It's like, hey, guys, anybody in DC Comics like a Mazo? Well, in Arrow, he's a boat. He's an amazing boat, though. Another quick one for you.
All right, let's quick one.
G.I. Joe rumor casting, or role rumors, is that Tomax and Zalmot will be in the movie, be the villains in that movie.
For like a new movie?
Yeah, the new JoJo 3.
Are they? So it's not a reboot. It's
not a
actually
reboot.
A trilogy of what they've continued so far.
I think this one's going to be all about The Rock, though, because The Rock was the breakout star of 2. And so I'm going to go see it. So if it's Rock and the twins, I'm totally cool. But here's another thing. Here's another rumor that's not confirmed yet, but it's getting me excited. Matt Tracker might be in it. That name should sound familiar to a couple people of my generation. Mask! He was the guy, the leader of Mask, who drove the Camaro.
Jeez.
So that means there could be a Mask. Yes!
I like that. Mask toys were
amazing.
Awesome.
Yes.
But no, like I actually never saw the second G.I. Joe movie.
I didn't see any of the G.I. Joe movies.
First one made me so mad.
I would imagine so.
Because Baroness halfway through turns both blonde and good.
So it was the black hair dye that made her evil?
Yes, that was exactly it. The black hair dye and the glasses made her evil. And she started off so good because the actress that played her did a great job as Baroness. As stupid as the movie was, she was a high point. And then halfway through, nope.
Did she fall in love with Channing Tatum? Is that what happened?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, God.
That was it. And I mean, yeah. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow were cool. But, yeah, like, I was so mad about the Baroness thing, I was like...
Well, yeah, she's an iconic character. She's, like, the evilest woman of our cartoon generation.
Yeah. I mean, it was her and, like, Rita Repulsa and Carmen Sandiego. And that was about it.
Really, what did you expect from a live-action G.I. Joe movie?
Exactly. I mean, I got more or less what I expected, but what I expected was to be mad. And I was. I don't know. So maybe I'll watch the second one. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll probably watch the second one because it's got The Rock.
San Diego movie.
I would love a Carmen Sandiego movie. That's what I thought Agent Carter was going to be, because all the initial pictures, she'd look like Carmen Sandiego.
Vertigo TV show news, Lucifer Morningstar, aka the Devil from the Sandman TV comic book series, will be getting a pilot on Fox. It's called a put pilot, which means that if Fox doesn't air it, they have to pay a penalty.
Alright.
So we're probably going to see this unless their penalty is like $5,000 and like Fox is like whatever. But you gotta imagine, who greenlighted a show about the devil?
Fox.
The robot devil. Well, he was one of the 3 devils at the time.
Yeah,
and he left his post.
And that's what they're focusing on, is that he gets sick of ruling hell, so he moves to Los Angeles and opens the bar, which is what the storyline in Vertigo books were, which is very interesting. But I just think it's kind of
it's an odd thing to give a pilot to give its own show to.
Yeah,
especially on network television.
Yes, exactly. And you would think with Constantine's failure,
they would be trying to steer away from the mystical type stuff, but who knows? Maybe it'll land. It probably won't. That to me just has like 2 aired episodes and a whole lot of unaired stuff that they're going to release on a DVD and try to recoup their losses.
Like, really, if you're going to be doing Vertigo stuff, it should be like on Netflix or even Amazon or something, HBO, something that's edgy.
Yeah.
So when the new Marvel Universe reboots, there's going to be an all-female Avengers called A-Force. It's going to be led by She-Hulk. There will be Dazzler, Medusa, Nico Minoru. I don't know who she is. She's a runaway?
She's like the main character, I thought, too.
Jean Grey, so apparently she's coming back to life. She's got the Phoenix costume in the picture I saw. The green one, the cool-looking one.
So far, you've only listed one character I like.
Vampira, Elektra, and a new character called Singularity.
Okay, so...
She-Hulk
is the only one in that roster I like.
Not even Medusa? You don't have a thing for redheads?
No.
But, yeah, it's... We'll see how that goes. The new character, Singularity, is supposed to be like a power cosmic-y character. And, like, there's a variety of power levels, so I'm concerned about that. I don't like when, obviously, Phoenix can whoop everybody's booty, and this Singularity can whoop everybody's booty, that Elektra just kind of sits there holding her size. Well,
yeah, that's basically it. She'll be like, I guess I'm going to go be in another terrible movie.
Speaking of rebooting news, DC's going to be soft rebooting their comic books.
I heard about this.
After Convergence, they want to do away with continuity. So like if someone pops up in a book, they don't have to remember it later on.
Yeah.
And just kind of they say they're going to make it easier for new fans to jump on, and they're kind of taking some of the stuff into a lighter tone. Cool stuff that they are doing is that Starfire is going to be getting her own series, and she's going to be dressed like an actual person this time. None of this dental floss stuff.
That'd be nice.
interesting enough, Red Hood and Arsenal are getting their own series. Like, they were the reason we were turning into Red Hood and the Outlaws. So, like, that'll last all 3 episodes before someone says, wow, these characters are boring.
Yeah.
Black Canary is getting her own series. It's going to be by the same person that writes Batgirl.
We have a friend that will not take that news particularly well.
I saw one of his mini rants, so I can't wait to see what he wrote. And I'm sorry, Rudy, but
The writer of I'm fairly certain that the writer of Batgirl had to block him from Twitter. I mean, he cares about Batgirl. He's passionate about Batgirl.
and I love Batgirl too. But
I want Rudy to show up on our show.
we have a Rudy show.
Rudy would be great.
Once the stuff, we'll have to chat him up when once the new stuff comes out and see what he really thinks. Because from what I understand, is that the Black Canary is supposed to be a singer in a band.
Okay.
So I guess she's going to travel Scooby-Doo style, playing shows and
The Black Canary Pecan Sandies.
yeah. So like they're like they said, they're going to do a more humorous thing. So weird characters are going to be getting a series that will probably last 3 episodes. Bizarro's getting a series. Batmite's getting a series. Teen Prez, who was a character from the 70s, who I remember because he was a B story in Sandman. The teenager that was the president of the United States is going to be getting a series.
Depending on the writer they get, though, it could be fun.
Yes, it could be a lot of fun. All the 25 books that are mainly selling well will continue as they're going. I think Green Arrow's going to be getting a new creative team, which makes me excited because I'm a Green Arrow fan. So, I mean, they can't do worse than what they were doing with Green Arrow, so I'm looking forward to that.
Ooh, they can. DC can always go worse than what it's doing.
Oh, the sad thing is you're right.
That
I
is
can't
a
even
baller
argue
they
it.
keep
Going worse
limbo.
than basically being a Hawkeye ripoff, so he's now ripping off the ripoff of himself. I guess that actually now that sounds kind of Inception-y.
Arrowception.
Yeah, but the universe is rebooting, which is I think good because some of the stuff that needed to go. Oh, Power Girl's gonna be getting a team-up series with Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn's series is still going to be going on. So
I'm so sick of Harley Quinn. Like, I can't even tell you. I'm just so sick of
see,
Harley.
if we had filmed last week, you could have made fun of my Harley Quinn comic.
Yeah, I can still do that. It's just...
But you know what?
She's all over.
Yeah.
And she's not that engaging of a character.
As she is in the universe, like in the TV show, I thought she was entertaining. The cartoon.
Oh yeah, like the Batman the Animated Series? Yeah, because you know what? She wasn't a central character. She was a supporting cast member. And it's like Ralph Wiggum. I love Ralph Wiggum, but if every Simpsons episode is about Ralph Wiggum, it wouldn't be good. It's just, that's it. Harley Quinn's a Ralph Wiggum of DC Comics. I'm going to stand by that statement. Okay.
So there's a mobile game called Need for Speed, No Limits. It's a mobile game. They're going to charge you for gas.
What?
You're going to be able to race until you run out of gas, and then you're going to have to wait some time until you're allowed to race again, or you can buy gold bars and use it to buy gas.
That's standard iOS stuff, though. I mean, that's downloadable games always do that. The only downloadable, like, free game that I've ever played that I really felt was a good value for that free was Plants vs. Zombies 2, which had a very, like, you could do a lot in it without having to feel like you had to spend money. So much to the point that I actually spent money on it to support the actual company, as opposed to, like, oh, they're kind of like browbeating with it. But for the most part, all of those downloadable games are crap, designed for suckers. Anyway.
Yep, I think it's funny because it's called Need for Speed, No Limits, but you have a limited gas tank. Yeah. No limits!
I could go off on a tangent about that because that triggers my irate video gamer stuff, but I'll curtail it.
You curtail it.
I'll curtail
We
it.
admire your restraint.
Next time it'll cost gold bars that you can buy off our convenient online store.
To skip Joe's rant, give us $5.
My long, humorless, dead-eyed rant.
We had a little spittle coming out.
We're good?
So another roll call-y casty thing is they announced the characters that will be in the Justice League Dark movie. It will be Constantine, Zatanna, Deadman, and Jason Blood. They said Jason Blood, they didn't say Etrigan. Yep.
But I think the reason they're not saying that is they want to take some audiences off guard. Because everybody that knows Jason Blood knows Etrigan. And yeah, I think that it'll happen. That might actually be a focus of the movie.
Yeah.
So
In my head, I'm getting a Hulk and Avengers thing where he's like, I'm always angry, and then he rhymes, and then bam, spits fire at you. Oh, I made our Etrigan fan mad. People were surprised because they'd promised Swamp Thing.
Oh.
So people are kind of a little bit bummed about that.
Yeah.
And either they couldn't make it, or maybe it's a surprise, dude. Maybe the Battle of the Trees come through, the Council of
I
Trees.
would love to see Swamp Thing in it. I mean, it's very possible that they didn't put Swamp Thing in if they're worried about people drawing comparisons to Groot.
Oh, yeah.
Because mainstream audiences will be like, oh, there's another plant guy. But, so we'll see. I mean, but that lineup, I'd be happy with that lineup.
Yeah, it's a great
I'd love to
lineup,
see Dead
dude.
Man on the big screen.
I'd like to see Constantine done right.
I want to see Dead Man as he was in Brave and the Bold, where he's like, are we going to stand here and twiddle?
You twiddlers.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I like this one. Let's talk about this one.
Go for it.
Okay, well, this is a little bit old news because this came out, I want to say, like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
But they announced the cast of the all-female Ghostbusters 3. And it was met with mixed reactions because you have some guys that are like, wow, they're taking Ghostbusters away from us. Never mind the fact that it could still be a very good movie. I was only familiar with half the cast. I was familiar with the two Saturday Night Live alumni, and you're familiar with the other two.
Yeah. So we got Melissa McCartney and Kristen Wiig, who were like, I guess they're the most, the most known people in the movies because they were both in Bridesmaid, and then Melissa McCartney had a couple of movies. Are you wincing out of pain? You're wincing, dude. I didn't think Kristen Wiig's that ugly.
It's not her. It's Melissa McCarthy that I don't like.
Kristen Wiig is not funny, is my problem. I don't care about how attractive she is. She's not funny. Have you watched Saturday Night Live? Any episode with her in there?
No, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live because I haven't been
Saturday
funny in
Night
decades.
Live isn't funny.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
She's one of the main reasons.
Saturday Night Live has a lot of reasons for not being funny.
Outside of that, she still has never been funny.
The other two characters also from Saturday Night Live are, is that a real name or is that a squiggle that I wrote down?
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon?
Yes. Kate McKinnon, I know...
Oh, it's just SNL. I get now. Ha ha ha.
I'm more familiar with Kate McKinnon than, was it Leslie?
Yeah, Leslie Jones, yes.
Yeah. I'm more familiar with Kate McKinnon, but she's genuinely, I find, pretty funny. She's a great impressionist, and I think that'll translate well to playing like a character. So hopefully that'll be good. Like, I mean, if you want to see like something funny from Kate McKinnon, she just recently did a parody of the Justin Bieber Calvin Klein ad, and it was like her as Bieber, and it was pretty funny. I mean, she's pretty good. I mean, Saturday Night Live has the ability to produce like one or two funny people every 4 years. And then once they realize that SNL isn't funny and it's squandering their talents, they're on to other things. SNL hasn't been good in a long time. Like decades, longer than most of us have been alive.
No, I think the last time I enjoyed Saturday Night Live, my balls weren't descended yet.
Wow, that's classy. Like, Saturday Night Live was never better than SCTV. It was never better than Kids in the Hall. I mean,
I smushed your head, Joe.
I love that show so much. It's a shame that Dave Foley is just, like, not a funny man on his own. He keeps trying to do stand-up, and it's like, oh my god.
Don't tell me it's going to make me sad.
It's painful.
Dave Foley's my hero.
He's like just depressed and angry, and he's trying to write his own stand-up comedy, and it's so bad. And I feel bad because I like Dave Foley. I want him to do well. I don't want him to dwindle into this vague, horrible obscurity of bad humor. But that's what's happening. Scott Thompson remains fantastic.
Oh yeah, how you gonna stop?
Daily Show sent him to Russia during the Olympics.
Oh no.
And it was great. Anyways.
I think the best thing was the cast of the Ghostbusters 3 has been endorsed by Terry Crews.
Yes. And if Terry Crews puts his seal of approval on it, it's solid, except for White Chicks.
Did he put his seal of approval on it?
He was in White Chicks. I'd assume he put his seal of approval
They
on it.
didn't send him the whole script.
He was also the only, I don't want to say the only good thing, but the best thing about season 4 of Arrested Development. Because a lot of it was kind of subpar.
Yeah.
Way too much Michael Cera.
I watched like 3 episodes of the season 4 and I was like, really?
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
It really suffered from not being able to have the whole cast together
Yeah.
for shoots. But Terry Crews was in it, and he was good. And Buster punched him out.
Netflix will be developing a live-action Legend of Zelda series. They describe it as a Game of Thrones for family audiences. I don't know, it could be good, because, like, I mean...
That was not at all what I was talking about, but...
Well, this is what we're talking about.
So I didn't spoil anything.
I honestly don't know how to feel about this, because it's so weird. Like, it would be
I want to see him breaking pots. Does anybody else want to see that with little Roopoos flying out everywhere?
It could be great, but the thing is, like, I guess it's like the last thing somebody...
The chickens!
It's the last thing I expected anybody to ever tell me is happening. That's like if you walked up, hey Joe, guess what? Pelican gave birth to a polar bear. I don't know what to make of that because it's so out of left field. And like Netflix doing a show for a property that Nintendo is extremely protective over after it had gotten crapped on all through the 80s. Like,
I like the cartoon. Don't tell me that cartoon was bad. That cartoon was fantabulous. Excuse me, princess.
The only thing worse in that cartoon was Captain Lou Albano leading into it in his poorly done Mario costume. As they rap the intro.
Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go do the Mario. Something, something, something.
But you're singing it in too good. It has to be like, swing your arms from side to side. Like, it was full-blown Captain Lou Albano just rapping as hard as he possibly could.
So how is Link supposed to be the main character if all he ever says is, yeah, yeah, yeah?
That would be a great thing if they did that. Like, I can only think of that being awesome.
It's just the people talking at Link.
Yeah.
We're just assuming he's saying amazing stuff.
Yep. I'll be interested to see if they actually get into some of the lore of Zelda and see where it goes from there. I mean, after Hyrule Warriors, the storyline for Zelda can only go up.
Was Hyrule Warriors that bad?
It was a great game from a mechanic and gameplay, but the storyline was so stupid. I mean, it was Team Ninja takes a stab at Legend of Zelda.
What's Team Ninja?
They do like Dead or Alive games and stuff like that. Storyline is not their strong suit. But it was like Team Ninja and the people that do the Dynasty Warrior games. Again, storyline is not their strong suit. And
we recognize the gentleman in the back.
What's up?
Storyline is not their strong suit. Jiggle fiddles.
Yeah, and they added that to Legend of Zelda in spades. But yeah, I mean the storyline in Hyrule Warriors was not great. It was all about the gameplay. So yeah, as long as you're going upward, I'll watch it. I mean, there's no way I wouldn't watch a show like that. At least for the first episode, until I get so mad that I just break my iPad over my knee. All right, what's the last thing to talk about?
All right, so ABC is going to revive Battlebots as a reality television show. So not only are you going to see the robots fight, you're going to learn more about the people behind the bots.
Because that's what you care about.
Yes.
Everybody knows we care about the people that have made these robots happen. Because they are absolutely incredibly socially engaging, and they're not weird at all. Like, they're super cool people that make these robots that fight each other. It's like the Fawns, like just making a robot.
Remember when the Simpsons had their BattleBots episode like 7 years after anybody cared about BattleBots?
Yeah, that's Simpsons these days.
Topical humor. But yeah, so like, it's a summer 6-episode thing. Joe said it the best. I couldn't describe it any better than the way Joe said it.
It's gonna be so engaging. It's gonna be like, how long have you lived with your mom? It's like, well,
since I was born.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think ABC is actually going to give you the real storylines of these people? I'm imagining some made-up storyline where it's tough on the streets of Brooklyn and BattleBots get me off crack.
Either that or the BattleBots protect me from crack dealers. That would be a more engaging thing.
So this is my favorite part of the show where Joe tears me a new one for buying stupid stuff.
You keep saying that, but I really haven't. Like one day I'm just going to start ripping them in half whether I like them or not. Alright, already I can see that somebody is pushing really hard for the Full Sail University Game Design College, because 3 of these have this on the back. They were pushing super hard for this. Okay, anyways. Let's... Okay, okay. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl.
Did you read issue 1
Issue
yet?
2. I have not read issue 1. It is in a big pile of books that I have to read at some point in
She's
my life.
supposed to fight Galactus! Come on, you know you want to see Squirrel Girl versus Galactus.
I mean, yeah, like, you said the first one was good, right?
The first one was great. She's like, I'm a normal human! And she kept introducing herself as to people.
Okay.
Like that. It was great. She's in college.
I mean, the artwork still continues to really entertain me because it's unconventional. It looks odd, which is great.
It looks
seeing different
cute.
stuff in comics. It's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah. So cool. I mean, I'm glad that it's still, you know, staying on course. And is this number 2?
Number 2.
Cool.
Assuming it doesn't get rebooted.
Assuming. Then we got...
Here you go.
Then
It's the same writers of Superior Foes of Spider-Man. So...
Ant-Man.
Same writer as Superior Foes of Spider-Man. If you watch read Superior Foes of Spider-Man, you'd totally give this a shot.
There's so few heroes that I like less than Ant-Man. Like, it's him, Hawkeye, like, Damian Wayne.
Why are you hating on Damian Wayne? He's vastly superior to Jason Todd. Vastly.
Kelly's better than them all.
You're dead to me, sir. Dead.
Yeah, Ant-Man. I don't know. I can't get into him.
Nah, I get what you're saying, because if it wasn't the writer of Superior Foes, I would have been like, Ant-Man, what the... But Superior Foes were so good, and the first issue was pretty good too. I was...
Okay, they make them good.
Or as good as you can get from an Ant-Man comic.
Alright. Okay, then we have the new Miss Marvel. So, cool.
Assuming that sticks around.
Yeah, before she disappears when they reboot Marvel. I've heard very good things about this.
I like her a lot. I'm a big fan of teenager superheroes who talk smack to everybody and make jokes and have a good time, because that's what, you know, Static, Spider-Man, all those people are like my favorite comic book heroes, and she's doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of good things. I haven't actually checked it out yet. I mean, the artwork looks neat. Got some bird people, as you do. But, yeah. What is her powers?
Stretching powers.
Okay.
She's got like Mr. Fantastic powers.
Only she doesn't make it weird and creepy like Mr. Fantastic does. Alright, okay. So I see on the back, I just want to go out and buy the Mars Attacks dice game that they're advertising.
Is there really a Mars Attacks dice
Mars
game?
Attacks dice game?
Oh, is it the zombies? Like the zombie game with Mars Attacks?
Yeah, it's probably based on zombie dice and Cthulhu dice. Man, like, I really wish it would be a Dice Masters thing now that I'm getting into that. Oh, Mars Attacks Dice Masters. Make it happen, WizKids. Okay, Grayson with Harley Quinn.
I think Harley Quinn's on the variant covers again because she's in a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I thought we already did the Harley Quinn variants.
Alright. Is she actually in this?
I don't know, I haven't read this yet. But look, dude, it's the Authority. He's fighting a Midnighter.
Yeah. Midnighter, and wasn't he fighting Midnighter?
In the last book? Yeah.
Midnighter just won't, like, get off his gruts, will he?
No.
Just like Liam Neeson. That's a throwback, one of our earlier episodes.
Yeah, I guess somebody must have been taken. I'm so clever. This is my clever dance.
Then we have the Bizarro.
Yep. That looks like Lobo Zorro.
Yeah, it is. It does look like Lobo Zorro. Wow. Bizarro does not sport a thin mustache very well. Alright, well, so those are the comics for this week. Do we have anything else we need to go over?
No.
It's been kind of a slow couple of weeks of news. At least nothing too in-depth.
Nothing like super, like it's all been rumors and buzzes. I mean, it's the same dead thing of the year, like nothing good's coming out. I'm assuming right now Jupiter Rising is failing right now at the exact moment as we speak. Right now. There is some poor high school kid like Usher going, there's only 2 people here, but yet the floors are still sticky. This does not make sense.
Mr. Pentopoulos is gonna beat me again.
I don't get that reference.
I don't know.
Pentopoulos.
Pentopoulos.
But it's like, yeah, dude, I'm sure that tanked.
Yeah, nothing really else going on, I don't think. The new season of Always Sunny continues to be fantastic. With the best episode I've ever seen.
Oh, talk about it, yo. Don't keep me
We only
hanging.
got 1 minute. I can't talk about it. You have to buy it on iTunes. Ooh. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I guess we'll see you again next week. Next week we might or might not have a special guest for you, so we shall see.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Get a look behind the curtain. So, thanks, guys. Have a good one.